All right, fifth grade, let's do a few example problems together. You're going to have to do numbers 1 through 31, all of them. We'll go over a bunch of the odd numbers together here. So let's go ahead and start with number 1. The directions say solve by writing an addition equation. Write the answer in lowest term. So we're multiplying 3 times 2/3. Now, we can just multiply the numerators and the denominators first, but it says solve by writing an addition equation, which is what we were doing in our lesson previously. So we are adding 2/3 up 3 times. What is 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3? Hopefully you got 6/3. I'm adding up fractions with a common denominator. Add the numerators, but 6 over 3 can be reduced to 2. Go ahead and if you want to pause the video here and do number 2 so that you can keep in order all the way from 1 to 31, that is fine. Or if you want to go back and do all of the evens later on, that will be fine as well. Let's do number 3 together. 5 times 1/4. 5 times 1/4. Same thing. We are writing our answer in lowest terms, but we are solving them by doing addition problems. So I've got 1/4 5 times. Add them up, I get 5/4. Or if you want to write it as a mixed number, my final answer would be 1 and 1/4. All right, let's go on to number 5. Number 5, read the directions, solve, write the answer in lowest terms. I've got 4 times 3/4. Well, 4 times 3/4 means that I need to multiply my numerators together and then multiply my denominators together. Well, 4 over 1, that's anything times 1 is going to be itself, so it's just going to be 4 down here. 4 times 3 is 12 divided by 4. Oh, I can simplify that down to 3, which is what the directions tell us to do in lowest terms, is 3. Maybe you noticed, hey, 4 over 4, I can reduce that. I can cancel that out and just have 3. If you notice that, you're welcome to do that. Let's go down to number 7. We had one of these examples in our lesson. If the rule is to multiply by 2/8, if I have 3, then I need to multiply that by 2/8. Remember, this is another symbol we can use for multiplication. And a lot of times, now that we're getting into a little bit harder material and a little bit more algebra, it will be beneficial to start using the dot instead of the X as the multiplication sign so we don't get it confused with our variables. So 3 times 2/8, I need to multiply my numerators. 3 times 2 divided by 8 is 6 over 8. Got to reduce that down to 3/4, and then I'll let you finish the rest of those for number 7. Let's take a look at number 9. Same thing. This time we're multiplying by 1/6. Let's do the last one. 8 times 1/6. 8 times 1/6. Multiply the numerators together. Divide by the denominator. I get 8 over 6. I can either reduce it down to 4/3 or I can change it to a mixed number, 1 and 1/3. Let's go ahead and look on the next page. I'm on number 11. Let's read those directions. Make sure you always read the directions so you're answering the question like the book wants you to. Write an addition equation to solve and write the answer in lowest terms. Guess what? We are just doing the same thing that we were doing on number 11, or excuse me, on numbers 1 and 3. So let's just do number 11. 2 times 5 over 12. Multiply your numerators together. 2 times 5 over 12 is equal to 10 over 12. Reduce. What is the greatest common factor between 10 and 12? I hope that you said 2. So Divide 10 divided by 2, which is 5. 12 divided by 2, which is 6. 5, 6 should be your answer. I'm going to let you go ahead and finish those ones, finish the rest of the odd and the even ones. Again, I'm not sure how you are choosing to do it, if you're going to look through these examples first and then go back and do the ones that we did not finish. That is fine. Remember though, and I'll try to help you to remember this as well too. Just because I don't do one of the odd problems on this paper doesn't mean that you don't have to do it. You still have to do all of numbers 1 through 31 for your assignment. Now I'm doing a lot of them here, and you're welcome to just copy down the work, copy down the answers. Hopefully you're working them through with me, but you still need to do all of them, okay? Number 17. Let's take a look here. Solve by multiplying. Write the answer in lowest terms. 5 times 2/3. Again, class, not doing anything super crazy. 5 times 2/3. Multiply your numerators together. Divide by the denominator. I get 10 over 3. I can simplify that and make it a mixed number, 3 and 1/3. Let's do number 23. Just getting a bunch of example problems in. 4 times 7 over 10. Multiply the numerators, divide by the denominator. 28 divided by 10. Now, let's reduce that. I can reduce it to 14 over 5. 2 is my greatest common factor. Divide it by 2, top and bottom. Keep it as 14 over 5, or if you want to make it a mixed number, what is that going to be? Hopefully you said 2 and 4/5. Let's do some story problems. Number 29. Michael spent 3/4 of an hour working on his kite each day. It took him 8 days to finish the kite. So how much time did he spend on the kite? Every day he's spending 3/4 of an hour, and he's doing it for 8 days. 2 different ways that you can solve this. One, you could say, well, I could do on Monday, let's see, he worked 3/4. On Tuesday, 3/4. Just adding all these up. On Wednesday, he went 3/4, and you could do that for 8 days. That's a little bit of a longer way to do it. Well, if I'm adding the same number, or the same fraction in this case, 8 different times, well, I can just multiply 8 times 3/4, multiply my numerators, divide by my denominator. I get 24 over 4. What's 24 divided by 4, class? 6. Is that my final answer? No way, Jose. 6 what? 6 M&Ms, 6 cats. Hopefully you saw that we're talking about hours. 6 hours is how long it took him to finish his kite. Let's do one more problem, and I will let you get going on the rest of your assignment. Carlos spent half an hour working on his kite. It took him 9 days to finish his kite, so how much time did he spend on the kite? And then did he spend more or less time building his kite than Michael did from number 29? Well, first off, we got to figure out how much time did Carlos spend. He went 9 days, but he only worked a half an hour each day. So let's multiply this out. 9 times 1 over 2 is equal to 9 over 2. 9 over 2. Well, we should probably change that to a mixed number. 9 over 2 is equivalent to 4 and 1/2. We're talking about hours. This is how long Carlos took to build his kite. So class, let me ask you this. Did he spend more or less time building his kite? I hope that you said less time. All right, that is all for today. Again, if you have questions, let me know. See you later.